Hello, football fans. I watch the NFL as I'm recording this, but I want to talk about the CFL and everything that went down in between weeks 5 and 8, the second quarter of the season. Can you believe it? We are halfway through the season. It seems like yesterday that this crazy run known as the CFL season started, but here we are halfway through it. It is just amazing. Um, of course, week 5 was Labor Day weekend, and it did not go well for the Argonauts. We cannot seem to win in Labor Day against Hamilton. We just can't seem to. As long as I've been watching the CFL, we've had trouble winning on Labor Day. But it was worse for Saskatchewan. The poor Rough Riders got clobbered by Winnipeg. And then Montreal kicked off the weekend by putting up 51 points at Ottawa on the Red Blacks. The Red Blacks are just not doing so well. They are not doing well at all. Of course, Calgary continued to plummet. They lost it to Edmonton, but they got back at the Elks on the following week. So they were trying to stay alive. And the same thing happened with Toronto. We got back at the at Hamilton, a very close nail-biting affair, 17-16. We actually moved up to first place by ourselves after week 6, but we lost that. We lost that a week later when we got shelled in Regina, and Hamilton took down Calgary. Calgary is done. The Stampeders are done. I said this pretty much all season. Well, I didn't say all season. I said they were in trouble. In my last video, recapping the first 4 weeks, I said the team was in trouble. They're screwed now. They're not going anywhere. They are too. If this was the full 18-game season, I would probably say they may have a shot at third place in the West, which is a playoff position. But no, they're in trouble. They're not going to catch Winnipeg. They're definitely not going to catch Winnipeg. They're not going to catch Saskatchewan. They may not catch the Lions. They are 2-5, 7 games into a 14-game season. That's halfway. They'll have to win 5 out of their final 7 just to break even. And 7-7 is not going to get them to the playoffs. Heck, even if they win out and go 9-5, that may not be good enough, because tiebreakers could come into play here. But yeah, the team's in trouble. They're in serious trouble. And speaking of Hamilton, they've been kind of pretty good in a mediocre East Division. Hamilton and Toronto have been the top 2 teams, and Hamilton and Toronto have been the top 2 teams, and it's been insane. It's been insane, and as an Argonauts fan, with the way things are going on below the lower half of the overall league, I'm glad that we're on the upper half of that division. Because if Montreal doesn't straighten things out, the crossover rule can come into play, and that could move the East Division's playoff line up a scotch. But so Toronto needs to get at least second place, but try to get that first place spot too, because that's a key spot here. So yeah, Hamilton, Toronto are tied for first. Hamilton's actually the first place team due to the better division record. Though there are 2 head-to-head meetings left. The first one being in Canadian Thanksgiving on October 11th. That's a big meeting. That's also in Hamilton though, so we'll have to take care of it on the road. Montreal's 2-4. The Red Blacks are 1-5. My goodness, but because the East isn't so hot, they have a shot. The West, Winnipeg. Oh boy, Winnipeg is 6-1. They look like the favorites to repeat as Grey Cup champions. They are playing out of their minds. Though, as an Argonauts fan, I'm happy to say this. As Paul Heyman would say, the Argonauts are the one in Winnipeg's 6-1. But yeah, So Winnipeg's really kicking ass right now. So are the Rough Riders. Rough Riders are 5-2, right behind the Bombers. But the Bombers have beaten them both times, and they weren't close. They were both blowouts. So they need to kind of win games and hope Winnipeg puts on a couple banana peels to get that number 1 spot. The Lions are 4-3. That last game Friday, I thought they had it. Then that bad punt happened. It led to the touchdown, and they scored. They had insult injury by picking up the fumbled kickoff return and scored again. So the Lions are 4-3, but they're still in this. They're having a pretty good year. We'll see how that goes. So, with that, that's my recap of the second quarter of the season. Well, actually, really the first half of the CFL season because we are halfway through. Like, can you believe it? And the second half, week 9, begins Tuesday with the Red Blacks hosting the the Elks, and of course the Argonauts are off that week, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that Montreal Hamilton game. I don't know if I trust Montreal to take care of business. Um, of course, Toronto plays twice on week 10. Wednesday, October 6th, we host the Red Blacks, and again, the Canadian Thanksgiving game on the road against the Tiger Cats. So 2 games, big chance for us to kind of move into sole possession of first place in the East Division, hopefully. So it's going to be a fun second half, and all I can say is get your seatbelts fastened and get your popcorn ready. And that's my recap. I'll be back later tonight to talk about baseball's pennant races as it comes down to the final 7 days of the season. So stay tuned. Oh, before I forget, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you want more of this. And my each of my 4 stories on Vocal about weeks 5 through 8 of this season, all recaps, they'll be posted in the description below. So check those out. And again, stay tuned.